Alright, yeah, let's get back into a little bit of Keeper. This is the new indie style game from Double Fine. We've been playing it. You play as a little sentient lighthouse. It's a bit of a weird one, and I like weird. Kind of reminds me of Box Trolls and Coraline and stuff. Look at them. So we've been through a whole host of crazy things with this game, and including we got to turn into a boat. So we got this little bird friend whose name is Twiggy, and little Twiggy had a little baby bird as well. I don't know how Double Fine come up with these ideas, but if you go back and look at their long list of games, you might have a few classic ones you love, but they also have ones that people forget about, you know, like if you've ever heard of Stacking. Stacking, you play as those Russian nesting dolls, but as you jump into each one, they're like little people. You basically get their job, and you can kind of move around. So it's almost like a little puzzle game of jumping into other nesting dolls that are like little sentient people running around. It's pretty cute. That one was mad. And then like Grim Fandango, you're like Day of the Dead detectives, and you have Full Throttle and Brutal Legend. Every one of their games is like a different genre, different goofish. Nice. It's hard keeping track of progress and get, yeah, but even like just like how close are you to the end, right? Because I've noticed that things like how long to beat and that, you know, I don't really trust them at all. I have to add at least a couple of hours onto it. And then maybe like things on like YouTube videos and that, they also are all digital, you know, edited and cut up to make it seem like they just did it in one run when they don't. Alright, so yeah, we've been going through a whole mess of things. We're using the light of the lighthouse to try and take out this big old monster. And the light is the only thing that's left a lot of the times. That's the soul, you know, the light within your heart, if you want to get a bit gooey about it. Gooey. Look how cool this is actually gameplay. So, in the last section, we had turned into a boat. We keep getting destroyed. We're getting closer to this mountain. The poor bird has to keep up with it as well. So the bird managed to fix us last time and turned us into a tiny little tugboat. And it allowed us to kind of do flips and puzzles and that. Now, there is no dialogue. It's just a little lighthouse. But it still conveys a lot of emotion, which is impressive. Now we're just a little light down here. Look at this little roly-poly. Nice. Yeah, it's nice to talk about these things because like it's just interesting to see how people think of it. I think for the most part we can all agree that, and myself included, I use video games as escapism from life. You know, that's why I don't play a lot of simulator games, because I'm like, bitch, I do that in real life. I don't want to do it in a video game. But yeah, that's besides the point. It kind of depends if you're hanging out with friends. It can make anything fun. But yeah, so I do a lot of this. And with streaming, that was just a whole other social side of it. It made it even more fun. So I think when it comes to the inner workings of a company, I couldn't give a rat's arse because they're all just greedy, money hungry shites. But when it comes to indie devs and great devs, I want to support them and look after them and shout them from the rooftop if I can, you know. It's cool. I feel like one of those wheel, you know those wheel fireworks? I don't know what they're called. Spinners. I love those. Nice. I've been fucking around with Windows, kernel, driver. Okay, exploitation. Nice, nice, quite nice. Yeah. Do you think Linux will ever have its a day? I think if there was a massive, like, internal hacking or something and just destroyed the trust of people in Windows. I don't know if that'd even do it. Like most consoles, the same with Windows as well. And even in life, don't we all just use products out of convenience, you know? We could easily get better, like you could get a better phone, you could get a better this or that, you could get a better music product. But we do things out of convenience, because we all just kind of want to relax and chill and just have something that's reliable. So I think that's half of Windows, right? I have as much trouble with Windows as I do when I use it. Like I just had to do a fresh install there, you know? But yeah, I love games, and it gets me to meet lots of amazing people like you guys. You're half the world away. You're lovely people, you know. And it can take a second, it can take a minute. You kind of know how nice someone is straight off the bat, kind of thing, right? You know, you're just like, oh, you get that feeling. All right. So you're messing around with little exploitations and that. Some people do that as a career, right? Don't those companies, they'll hire people to find exploitations and bugs and report them? you can get stuff that way. Hopefully your medical stuff works out, dude. It sucks that that's happening to you. Boosh! I think we're all just getting to that age. Gotta look after yourself. This is fun. See how weird every scene of this is? Fucking weird, man. I think, like, Dutch, I think, is another one as well. We were just talking about this earlier, dude. Most people I talk to now are either boycotting Nintendo altogether or pirating their games. So we were just talking about Metroid Prime 4. I think you were another one you were saying, like, if there's a game I want to play for Nintendo, I'm gonna pirate it. And that's interesting. Now, normally I'm not someone to advocate pirate stuff because it's killing things, but who gives a fuck when it's a big corporation, right? Who gives a shit? It's the same way I feel about when you, you know, and you technically torrent and illegally download movies and that. I'm like, if you're watching it for yourself, or you're sitting there and watching it with friends, who cares? Like, no one's technically getting hurt, you know? Yeah, it's a morally grey area, but your life is morally grey all the time. But if you're one of these that, yeah, maybe if you're, you know, turning it into DVDs and selling it down the market or something, then yeah, maybe you're starting to get into a little bit of shitty territory. Are we supposed to hit that? Let me hit that! Yay! There we go. That felt good. But yeah, these companies ain't missing much. I think the first time I started to feel a bit shitty around Nintendo was some of the add-ons they used to do growing up. I was mainly a handheld kid for Nintendo. We were Sega for consoles. So when you're a kid, you don't really choose what console you get, you know. It wasn't one of those families that could walk into an electronics store and just pick something. So, because my older brother would bring Sega stuff into the house, but I was into the handheld Nintendo stuff. But yeah, I had all the peripherals and stuff, and started to get my goat a little bit when we were getting to the point of, like, the Game Boy to Game Boy Color was an important step, you know. Then it just started to get out of control. There was like Game Boy Minis and Game Boy Go and Game Boys, and then after that they continued that, you know, the Game Boy Advance, and all of them were really cool for sure, but you could tell it was kind of going the way of phones already, you know. At the time we were doing like Nokia, they would have the i version in it. Remember, it was like the 5350i. The same thing again, minimal improvements for maximum profit, and Nintendo were kind of doing that a good bit. Because at the time there was no such thing as even PlayStation or Xbox at all yet, you know. And then yeah, when we got to the DS, then you had the DS and DSi and the DS Lite, 2DS, the 3DS, the 3DS XL, the new 2, you know, it just, you could see the greed there. And some of them had value and a need. Some of them was just shite. So yeah, and like, Nintendo will always be the magicians. They make magic since the 90s. But the games is where it's at. I don't really care that much. But now, I think we're starting to see that that magic is wearing off a little bit. Are the games still bringing it in? I don't know. I don't know. Like, the Donkey Kong game was very fun, but I detect the magic fading a little bit. Even with the Zelda games, oh my god, every single one of them are just classics. But I don't know, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, by the end of Tears of the Kingdom, I loved it so much. By the end, I just wanted it to be over, and that is not a good thing at all. That's not what you want, right? I think what you need to do is Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom have to be taken as a whole, even though they're two games and they took like 12 years to make between the two of them. I feel like they work better as a whole, because one has incredible dungeons, the other one has, you know, the divine beasts, and then the shrines. You know, after about 50 of them in both games, you're kind of like, I don't want to do this anymore. But they're great games. They're like basically the Skyrim of those games. But I just hope they don't abandon the 3D stuff. What's this all about? Do we collect this? It's the hard part about this game. You know what? I gotta have a bomb on me now. But I love those games for their sense of discovery and adventure. So I'll never be mad at them that way. But I don't think they live up to, for me, like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess and Link to the Past. Even Link Between Worlds. I do hope they go back to that side of stuff. And then yeah, Mario. I'm one. Maybe call me a hater. I don't know, but I don't think there's been a good 2D Mario game in decades, and that's a hard thing to say. Trust me. I don't know. I've tried them all. That new Super Mario Brothers, it's all shite. Really bad platforming. And Super Mario Brothers Wonder was lovely, but it's just a rip-off of Rayman Legends. And people don't like me to say that, because it's like, how very dare you? And you can tell on one hand if they played Rayman Legends. It stole the music idea, it stole a lot of the food ideas for the levels. It's crazy. That's not the Nintendo I know. They're the innovators, not the copycats. But there you go. But they each their own, you know. I mean, there's still fun to be had there. But yeah, you're getting some kind of... Still have some of the platforming fundamentals wrong as well, which is unfortunate. Like, remember like you play some of those 2D games and you bump into each other? Like, outside of those having a few funny moments with your siblings or your friends, that shit is extremely annoying. And it destroys the platforming. So I wasn't feeling that. I don't know. Maybe I'm too old school, maybe. I really like the old, you know, Super Mario World and that, you know. I'm probably just... I'm too old school. I think I gotta bring it over here. I don't know what I'm doing. And then 3D wise, I think 3D Mario's still king. Odyssey was great. It's sort of a kitchen sink game which can either make or break. What I mean by that is like every idea is as random as the last. Every level is weirder than the last. So you end up with this kind of this crazy random game, you know, like fucking dragons and T-Rexes and running around a human village, and it's good. Alright, can I get through there? No, I feel like they want me to go around that way, but he's not quick enough. Go, 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 go. Get in there. That ramp is like slowing me down. Oh, I did it that time. Okay, good. Good. So yeah, is the Nintendo magic wearing off? I don't want it to. I really don't. Because if the game magic wears off, then what the hell is left, you know? Every time I look at some of their games, I'm like, where's that beloved memory? Where's that instant classic that all the other games were, you know? Like, look at the new Animal Crossing. That game was huge because of COVID, right? But you know what pissed me off about it? We got no updates, no nothing. We got little tiny updates, and now we have one like 4 years later. It's like, are you serious? But I was crazy on was it Wild World and New Leaf on the DS, on 3DS. We got like 10 years worth of updates, and then we had the Amiibo Festival. That game was slamming. Oh my god, it was so good. So when New Horizons just died within a year or two, I thought they'd put out another one quicker. Now apparently maybe next year, we'll see. I don't know, but now they're doing that little update. I think it was a very experimental game with the islands and stuff, but it's very restrictive as well. Did anyone else feel like New Horizons was restrictive? I come over and visit my island, but you can do nothing. Pick a few. I don't know. Anyway, I think maybe just all the series are very old. Same with like PlayStation or Xbox, and you're just gonna have diminishing returns. Most of these games now, I feel like I get more enjoyment out of just playing with friends, you know. That's the new feeling, right? Bam, bam, bam. Okay, I can do that. Good. Now we're like a Beyblade or something. Yeah. Could be 30 minutes or like 10 hours. Yeah, dude. I sat down to a stream one time. It was like one of the Yakuza games, Judgment. I was like, okay, this is the final stream of this game. It turned out to be a 9-hour stream, and me being like a little stubborn, I'm like, well, I'm not ending stream until I finish the game. 9 hours. Disgusting. It's huge. There's just so much side content. I should have known better. Yakuza games are like that. They psych you out of endings all the time. Look at this. How are we a tugboat and a fucking lighthouse now with this thing? Not a Mario fan, but I really like. Yeah, the Galaxy games are amazing. That's nearly almost peak right there. It's pity we didn't get more. Now they have the Galaxy movie coming out, and they just re-released 2 for random reasons instead of giving us a new game. Odyssey seems fun. Yeah, Odyssey is. It builds. They all build upon those games. Yeah, I don't want the greed to, you know, change Nintendo away from the magic that they're able to make, because they really can. There's a lot of series of Nintendo I'm just not that familiar with. Like, I've said that before, like, I'm not Mr. Know-It-All. I've never got into a Fire Emblem at all. Just didn't really tickle my pickle. Got really obsessed with selling turnips. Yeah! Once I got over that, I got kind of oh, did you? Oh, for me, it was the terraforming stuff. So I unlocked the terraforming, and I completely flattened my island and built my island. And I have basically different sections where I have one where it's like all 50s diner and stuff. Then I have like the villagers, little town, and all that. And it was great. But once I did that, something within me was like, okay, I'm done. And I genuinely haven't opened it since. And that's no good. But I was addicted to it, and I have a lot of good memories from it, so I won't hate on it that much. I just think that they failed to keep us going, you know. I think most of it is coming just from me getting older and just having less time, you know. I'd say it is. But see, like, put your hand on any one of Nintendo, any one of their franchises. Like Pokemon is falling off a cliff. I just played Digimon, and it was one of the best experiences I've had since like discovering Persona for the first time. That's how freaking good that was. I haven't felt that way about Pokemon since, I don't know, man. Maybe that feeling of X and Y at the start, but that kind of wore off a little bit too. But just that moment of moving to 3D, that was fun. Little roller skates in France and that, or black and white. I don't know. It's sad. They've gotten quite greedy too. I know they're not fully Nintendo. They're doing their own thing, but they are connected to Nintendo. Come on, little buddy. Come on. Do we need another one? No, that seems to be enough. No, I really don't know what I'm doing. It's like one of those games. Remember those Res games where you're like piloting the ship through the sound? Yeah, hopefully they can put it together. I really did like Donkey Kong Bonanza, but it was kind of terraforming with Mario Odyssey. Still way better than the old 3D Donkey Kong, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting older, it's harder to capture the magic. I don't know, I still get that feeling like a kid at Christmas when I played like Clair Obscur, and it was a lot more this year. And Digimon, like I couldn't wait to keep playing that, you know, so it is there, you just have to seek it out. And a lot of indie games get me hyped like that. When I see a trailer, does anyone still do it? Maybe I am a big kid. Does anyone still do this where when you buy a new game, you will open up and read the back cover of it, and I know they don't have manuals, but sometimes they do, and you'll read the manual of a game. Does anyone still do that? If you can, I can. I was doing that for the Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I was looking at the back of it, not, you know, that kind of way. No, that's a little bit older. This area is like full. That kind of is a bit Metroid now, isn't it? It might as well be a morph ball. It was addicting. It was, right? And you turned into your own economy. You're just like contacting people or checking streams, see who had turnips that day. For me, it was like peaches. Spent a bunch of time terraforming, then I was done. Yeah, right. Oh, you hated the terraforming? Yeah, I'm. When it comes to that kind of stuff, you notice when we played Ark Mouse, like I was never the house building guy or whatever. I preferred farming and stuff. Just not for me. I have the ideas in my head. It's just I'm too ADHD. I can't sit there and build something. Same when I played Minecraft as well. You get to a point, unless I have a very specific like objective or purpose that I know I'm gonna do. I just get bored. So I guess it's kind of like that too. Once I had my island done, look at this. Whee! It is kind of like the morph ball, isn't it? We're loopity-looping, looping and scooping. The idea of moving houses around again overwhelmed, right? Or like I can't be the only one who spent countless hours getting the right villagers that we wanted. And it's like, oh fuck yeah, once you got the right one. But then once you got it, barely talked to them, didn't give two shites. Well, I did love the birthday events, I can't lie. My favorite thing about the birthday events is the villagers would dress themselves to go to your birthday, and it would be the most mix match. We had one gorilla villager, I think he was called Al, and Al, God bless, he's about as coordinated as you know, the freaking traffic jam. Do you know what I mean? So he was wearing a white tuxedo top. He was wearing blood red shorts, and he had a blue top hat on. And no matter what picture I took, I was literally in tears laughing at this dude. and the caption was always like, Al has dressed himself clearly, or Al's mom has dressed him today. Oh god. So yeah, I did like that. And there was a point where I just wouldn't miss a Saturday with what was it, KK cool? No, that's the other game. That's the other, I get them all mixed up. Boosh! Is that not good enough? Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is a Double Fine game, so it can be as wacky as anything. This one was probably a small experimental thing. They do this thing called Day of the Devs, for the Day of the Dead. It's kind of like a game jam. I think what ends up happening is they make a few of the games. I think I gotta break that, but perspective keeps making the mission. Yeah, Digimon for the win. Yeah, I really hope it does well. The Cyber Sleuth games were good too. Now don't get it twisted, they are absolutely taking more than a few nods to Persona. Fuck, why won't that break? Break me! Yeah, look, you can see it there. I'll have to find something else to break it. Like pulsating bowling balls. My pulsating bowling balls are happy to see. Never played, so I don't know how it works, right? Yeah, it was like a fruit and vegetable economy in the game, and it was randomized whose island would get what vegetables. Vegetables. You could have a table with 3 legs or a vegetable, whichever you want. So people were turning into shrewd businessmen and women to get these vegetables and fruit. I couldn't find peaches for ages. Price are always fluctuating. Yeah. Gamble to sell your turnips at one price, wait to see. Oh my god. Sell, sell, sell. So it's like a little bit of Animal Crossing Wall Street. Okay, let's try going back towards the camera then. Well, I love my villagers. I only accepted hamster. Yeah, I remember that. And you were shrewd about that as well. Wasn't there one hamster you didn't care for at all? But you were keeping him there because of was it Jay? It was like hamster or something. I fucking hate this dude. He's so passive aggressive. Okay, this is we're doing like freaking half pipes. Hold on, there's something over here. Follow the purple. The purple. Meanie. That's like an invisible wall. Dude, I'll have enough morph ball in about 3 days time. Yeah, some rude hamster, right? See, I remember. Because I was about to throw hands at that hamster. Dang. Don't mess with my friend. He was a squatter, that guy. Clearly wasn't paying rent. He would have parties all the time. He'd bring over little hamster hoes, you know. And I'm Dirty Ham Sammy. You know, I set the bar at good hamsters. I would not have some other shoddy little hamster destroying the reputation that we've kept so well and taken so long to build. You know? God damn it. I will find him. You got Bob the cat. The thing about some of the villagers was, you guys most undoubtedly know, unfortunately Rule 34 has to exist in every capacity. So some of those villagers you couldn't even bring over, you know? I think some of those villagers had OnlyFans. Only villagers accounts. I'm telling you. Can you imagine? Like, what was that Egyptian one? The anchor? Oh my god. Okay, we're here again. I think I need to be able to jump this or something. I'm gonna jump you if you don't hurry up. Jesus. What am I doing wrong? This game isn't all like this. You are like a little lighthouse. We're just right at the end, so things are getting weird. I'm gonna jump you softly. I'm gonna attack, hug you repeatedly. Bob the cat. Who can hate a cat named Bob? Me. Who can hate a red panda named Leonard? Why was there no red pandas in the game? Stop hating. I love red pandas. I clearly know what I need to do. I just... Pumpernickel. I can't get up there. Can't break it. I can't change the camera angle. Must be a way of breaking some of the vines over there. So weird. Looks like Scorn or something, right? Weird. Only villagers, right? Yeah. Only farmers. Hell yes. So yeah, I do hope to do something. Now they've done that update, or is it coming in this January or something? I can't remember. But when that's happening, it's all over the shop as well. There's like a little bit for Switch 2, a little bit for Switch 1. So they're in that really messy part of a console transfer kind of, and I don't like it. As I said, like, why are certain games Switch 2 exclusive and not other ones and blah blah. It's just so stupid. I think they know. Oh, it's over here. I think they know they don't have as much of a retention as they're hoping. They'll keep reporting all these nice things, but reporting something and it have it be actually true is another thing. Especially when you had like things like PlayStation. I think they gave their employees like 15. There was something like 1,500 PS5s at the time. That surely will move the dial a little bit, because they don't care about any other stuff than what they can report, right? Like, jeez, all right. Through the anus. Yes, indeed. Big burning anus right now. What are those? Now we gotta look for Lemmy-winks. Lemmy-winks. Yeah, what is that? I don't want to know. Yes. Every game has to have an anus or two. Phallic bananas and meat anuses. Meat anus? Are we going through here? Yeah, this is, someone wanted to play Metroid, I think. What are you up to, Double Fine? This will be a smaller project. I wonder what they're up to. I think things are kind of rough over there with Xbox's profits, so they don't know what they're doing. So, but if they get rid of Double Fine, it's over. That will cause so much industry hate. What I don't get is why can't they just be like you know, human for a second, and if a company has to go under or whatever, just release them onto their own reconnaissance, you know? Like they did this with Tango Gameworks that made the Evil Within games. Okay, now we're kind of some kind of phallic lighthouse. Boom! Oh my god! Beam me up, Scotty! It's probably kind of loud, I'm sorry. Is it working? It's working! I think it is. Seems like it should work. Hold. Come on. Come on. And this? No. It feels like it should be working. Uh-oh. Nothing else to shoot. Can't break it away. It's not lighting up or anything. We can spit you out. No, no, no. Why did you go back in there? No. Usually you have to crash into there. Yeah, I think you guys probably agree, like, the most fun we've had with games this year is probably those indie games, and as they like to call them, friend slop. Every week there's a new friend slop game. That's the most fun I've fucking had. Or like an indie game. Go that way. Yes, something's not working there. Damn it! What am I doing wrong, game? Shouldn't it burn that away? Is it reacting at all? Sorry, I know this is loud. What are those? What the frick? What you're supposed to do is drive this little thing into that, and you have it all powered up, but you can't do that. Ah, I feel like it's not doing what it's supposed to do. It's burning it away at all. Anything over here? No. God damn it! When the game is so, you know, random and unusual, you're gonna run into this thing. Everything else has been straightforward. It's not difficult, but when it's such a random little puzzle. Like, ah yes, you're a sentient light of a lighthouse. I can't even get off here. Uh-oh. And you gotta turn into a meat tentacle to blast the light into what looks like a pig snout. Oh, can I go up here? Crap! What is it? Am I supposed to charge something up? Like, what is it? Fuck! Wish I was getting something just to tell you if you're doing right or wrong, you know? Give me a little response. Now, this thing is shining over here, but it's powering the thing I'm in, so I doubt they want me to do that. What could it be? God damn it. We were flying there. I think it's a little bug or something. Yeah. Right? We'll just call it that. We'll just say that. It's just a bug, right? It's a bug. It's a feature. It's me failing to get the point. Let's try going back this way. Either the timing was off. I was supposed to bring something else over here. I can't go backwards. Yeah, we smack into this. Powers that up. I like the tugboat part with the boat, I won't lie, because you felt like a fish. You were jumping around. Very simple and straightforward. All these lighting up. It's cool. So you enter the small anus into a larger anus. Too much. Too many booty holes. Okay, this is where we were before. Nothing's changed. What did I do wrong? Unless do you think I have to try and get up on the ceiling? What'd you do? If this works all of a sudden now, I'm gonna be pretty miffed. I'm gonna be peeved. Yeah, load your little cutscene, but now what? It even points towards it. Right? Remember? Boom! Boom! Light it up, up. I'm on fire! Now burn the grass. Kneel the grass, Tyson. Is that what you want me to do? Don't think that's what you want me to do. Aim, return. Just don't see any response out of that, anything, you know? Weird. I didn't get it. I think it was bugged. But the walkthrough it says focus the light on the glowy thing. It's completely bugged, isn't it? No. Yeah, sometimes you can tell when something's bugged because you're not getting stuck anywhere. And the glowy thing not working. Yo. Shit, dude. Focus it longer. If I focus anymore, man, I'm gonna spooge. You focusing? I'm focusing. I'm gonna focus. Damn, that is buggered. I appreciate you looking it up. Let's have a look-see here. Yeah. And of course, another game that is using only autosaves. So if you get into a bug like this, you guys have seen me have more bugged games than anything else. Like that silly poly game. That's the problem when you're focusing on indie games, which is nice. And God bless them to do the best they can. Now I know these guys are like super powered by Xbox, but what the fuck does that mean anymore? Yeah. I mean, it seems pretty obvious what to do. But when the obvious doesn't work, you start to second guess yourself. So close to the end. Come on, bitch! Spring, sprung, spring. I also have an innate ability to find the goddamn bugs and everything. Spring, sprung. I break more games than average. It's a curse and a gift. Oh, that's so messed up. This guy's version, it gets rid of it so fast. He doesn't even aim at it. He aims like to the left a little bit. That pisses me off even more. Let's see. Looks like it's lighting up a little bit. No, it's so busted. Why is it the way that you are? What the freak on a stick? Why? Is it these little pink things? Doesn't even react. That guy did it. It was like 2 seconds and then it was over. Yikes. Come on, let me through, you bastard. It's the fucking absolute epitome of a giant roadblock right there. I'm not doing the chapter over. Look at this. There's where you become a boat. Look at that. Cool. I'm not doing it again. Come on. Get past this little buggy wuggy on a Saturday night. That sucks so much. Why do I have this horrible gift? It's so quick. It burns it away in like a minute, a second. Ah! It's screwed, man. I thought maybe you'd have to bring some of these other things back here. I don't think so. Something is very wrong. See what? If I find the person to come up with the autosave, I'm going to get you. Remember when Witcher 3 first came out? It only had autosaves as well, and people were just completely soft locking themselves. There's nothing they could do. So, you know, people think like CD Projekt Red fucked up Cyberpunk. I'm like, have you played Witcher 1, 2, and 3 when they first came out? No, okay. People play these games like years later, like, oh, it's fine to me. I'm like, bitch, it didn't even have a picture of Geralt on the front of it when it came out. So, yeah, so they were doing this and it was all meshed up. And now Witcher 3 has one of the best save systems in a game. It has 5 autosaves, it has door saves like Fallout, and it has a manual save system. It's like, Jesus Christ. Now, that probably takes up a lot of space in your system, but my God. Even Fallout took many years to figure that out. Got to the point where nowadays you can do autosave intervals, so it'll just autosave every 15 minutes if you want, you know. Some games, unfortunately, that takes the piss and it messes with the performance. Have you ever seen, did you play Don't Starve when it first came out on consoles? Ivy, do you remember when it would autosave every day? That's how the game works. It would freeze for like 15 seconds. It's like, Jesus Christ. So no one could figure out what it was, so it turned out to be autosave. So once you turned the autosave off, it was fine. Because what it was doing, every time it was autosaving, clearly it needed that moment. And instead of just taking a minute, it was trying to do it in real time, and it was broken. But yeah, so this game has also got autosave, and sadly, my dear friends, that means that I can't roll back a save. So even though I'm reloading the checkpoint, the save was within this instance. So I think I'm gone. I think I'm screwed. Let me see. Let me try and get rid of this grass. See, does that change anything? Sometimes. I know it sounds weird. It's one of those games. It's exceptionally random and weird that you don't know what you're getting into. I think it's screwed though. Even though, yeah, the reload will not fix it. The chapter reload probably would, but that's a lot. That's a lot of spicy meatballs. See, let's give it a shot. I think whatever's happening is probably in this cutscene. This cutscene is not registering the game or something after you come back. That's extremely noisy as well, so I'm sorry for that. Whoa, it's like really delayed too. Probably a shame that something's wrong. Come on, please. Nah, see, that's supposed to be instantaneous. That fucking sucks. Gay! Oh my God. Just fucking shoot me now, please. Alright, we make a fucking go back and do it. God, I swear. Is it me? Is there like a magnetic interference in me? Huh? Does the game get all shy when I start playing it? It's like, oh my God, he's got me in his controllers and his big man hands, and it just starts to mess up its performance. The game gets performance anxiety in my presence. No, it loaded me back to the same place with the same problem. Suck me knob. Oh, God damn it. I'm screwed. Okay, lurkies, it's all good. No worries. Ember, good luck. Good luck with the stream. Dude, I think this one's a kaput. I had to start Silly Polly Beast all over again to get it right. But we finished it. That was a very unusual game too. Alright. God, right at the end as well. Isn't that an absolute kick in the groin? Hell yes! Video games. Remember what I was talking about earlier about, you know, not allowing them to have such leeway when it comes to bugs and crashes and stuff? Yeah! That's exactly where we are. You can't deny that you can name any of the last 5 years And you could probably say every second game you played run into countless bugs. Like, yay! Nowadays, I think we're almost happy for that to happen just so we can have a story like No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk. I'm like, hell no! Price of these bastard games get more expensive. And everything's been left up to AI as well, you see. And AI, almost like a solidarity thing, they won't even find the right bugs. It's like, I won't tell them about that bug, okay? I've noticed the biggest contender for causing bug issues is this revolving door turning and burning of staff. So the same people who fixed the bug and did an update are now gone. They've been pushed out. They're not needed anymore. It's all contract work. So the next guy comes along, fixes that bug, puts it into a new title update, saves over the other update, and has the old bug now back in the new update. And it's like, anyone else would just go, how could you do that? That's like finding a mistake that you fixed and bringing it back. And it's because they didn't know that bug existed before, because they weren't in the company at the time. Very simple stuff. And until we fix that, games will continue to be buggy messes. So what do you do? Even the chapter select won't let me restart the chapter. Damn, son! Chapter select my dick, huh? Let's go back a few chapters. I'm not going to do that. So if I go here, it just saves it in it. That's weird. I can't even look at the old progress. I just want to finish it now. See what you've done? This is the lasting impression we talked about, developers. Don't be putting shitty bosses at the end, and don't be unoptimizing your game at the end either. You want a first impression is important for a game, otherwise people won't even play it. But a lasting impression is just as important. If I play a game and I'm crying at the end, or there's a great boss, an epic moment, and then I finish it, roll credits, I am like floored. It's bittersweet. You don't want to let it go, you know? You're empty inside in a good way, and you just can't stop talking about that game for months to come. If you play a bad game or a great game that ends badly, you're talking about it for all the wrong reasons, just like a bad movie. But the devs don't seem to get that. It's rush, 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 finish the game, spit it out, see if they'll buy it, who cares, move on to the next thing. That sucks. That bites the big one. I tend to see 90% more endings of games than the average person, just because no one has time to finish all these games anymore. Shit, I can't even keep up. So I get to see that unoptimized mess at the end, sadly. It's very rarely the devs' fault themselves, you know? They're just working under excruciating fucking conditions. You know, when you hear some of these crunch times where lads are like missing important family events, their children or marriage, and going through divorce and sleeping under their desk just to get these deadlines, it's horrific. Only for us, the average player or a critic, just to talk smack because rage baiting gets some more views on YouTube. And fuck that shit. What kind of life is that? What kind of life is that? That's supposed to be absorbing a little thing, isn't it? Uh-oh, there it is. Wait for the cutscene. I will figure it out. With Double Fine, I love them. They're one of the most creative powers in game development, but being under the umbrella of Xbox these days comes with a huge level of fear. And you can't create art under fear. You can't. For creativity to thrive, you need absolute freedom. Financially, mentally, emotionally, you need it, and you're just not going to have that. And the fear they have is seeing their fellow devs be shut down every day of the week. Are you next, you know? Is this product going to hit profitability? They're going to get it out in time? Is people going to like it? Is some little YouTuber going to use it as their own personal rage bait for the month and destroy your entire livelihood, all because some guy didn't like it? You know, that kind of way? That's terrible. Fuck that shit. Where's the art gone in that? I told you, once they became like CEOs, and once they brought in you know, they opened up the companies. They stopped being about art and started being businesses. And that's what's slowly dying. Alright, we're pretty much back where we were. Now, if the bug persists, there's not more I can say there. Just gonna have to leave it then. Nothing would stop from just having to restart the entire game now. I don't think I'll do that. probably just end up watching the ending on YouTube then. That sucks. I don't want to, because I've enjoyed this for what it is, for its random art, you know, it's little nature. And I like Double Fine. I will follow them to the ends of the earth. Even their not so popular projects like Broken Age, that weird split narrative game with Elijah Wood and stuff. I think most people play it now and have good things to say about it. At the time, it was treated like crap, because it almost... I think Broken Age might have actually been single-handed the reason they did not have enough capital to not be bought out by Xbox. Oh, are we over here? Just never made back any of it. Probably paid some of those voice actors like Elijah Wood a small fortune as well. For what star power has he got anymore? That dude's still clinging the fucking Frodo Baggins 23 years later. Fucking hell, dude, man. I know him more from the yellow bastard from Sin City, when he was a real creepazoid. I was like, damn, you played that pervert a bit too well there, Mr. Wood. Mr. Elijah Wood. When I was a young teenager. Whoa. What's that for? When I was a young teenager, I was working in a restaurant, and he came in one time. He was just passing by. I swear to God, it was him. Not even a joke, because he was with his girlfriend at the time, and she was a big celebrity. And he was the most... He was just eating like anything and anybody else, like an Irish breakfast. And he was the most uppity motherfucker. And I swore from that day on, I'm like, that guy can bite the big one for all I care. Like, good lord. This would have been not that long after the height of Lord of the Rings. And a lot of them would come to Ireland to escape the constantly being recognised, you know. I get that. Damn, dude. They get sick of being asked for autographs and stuff. Boosh. I get that. I don't think he's done fuck all of work since then. Or before it either. Maybe that Deep Impact movie. Where he like marries that girl when she's 15. What the fuck was that all about? Like most people, you'll find out they'll know him from voice acting gigs, right? Oh yeah. Okay. That's kind of where we were, right? I believe. Appreciate you looking it up though. Like, whenever you have like a weird bug moment, my spider sense starts tingling. Like that, I know that should have worked. But you can never prove it, right? You're gonna look it up yourself, but then you're kind of taking time away. So to look it up, I appreciate that. Alright, come on, my little sidewinder. You can do it. I want to stick it up here. It's hard to know what you're looking at. It's like primordial. Oh yeah, we're in here. It's so weird. It is like the morph ball. No, it's kind of weird. That one doesn't work very well. It's not about speed, it seems. So I'm like following the analog stick with it, and it seems to be falling over on side. Maybe they just want you to push forward. Let's see. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. So you don't follow the analog stick with that one. It's all good. Makes sense. It's just me complicating things, even if it doesn't make a lot of sense in terms of the gravity of it all. Gravity. Yeah, I've been trying to be on the lookout for more horror games, like indie horror games, experimental stuff. It's very, very hard. I won't lie. I understand what they're doing, but most of the indie games now are being made not only with Casio in mind, but like at least half of them now have cameos of Casio. That's good. Casio, and everything. He's a funny dude. He's a good down-to-earth guy. It's exactly what streaming needs. But you know, give him about 2 years and he'll be a different person. Sadly, because that's what parasocial people and streaming does to you. It kills the soul. Getting up stalkers and swatters and all that kills the soul. But yeah, with them doing that, it reminds me a lot of the Markiplier PewDiePie days where games were being made with those kind of shouting fools in mind, you know. Now they're after finding out a lot of Markiplier's gameplay was faked. Wasn't even playing it. And PewDiePie kind of had his own little gamer moment, and now he's settled down in Japan, and he seems like a normal dude now. And then Jacksepticeye is battling massive amounts of mental health problems and trying to... I think what happens is they're having a little crisis of identity. It's you don't do YouTube, like what is your life? Alright, we're almost back where we were now. Let's see, if it's not fixed, there's not much more I can do. We'll just watch the ending. Sucks, I don't like doing that. I will do it for a secret ending, because if it's something I'm like, okay, there's no, you know, some games are like, okay, change this slight thing and we'll give you a new ending. Other games are like, okay, you need 2.5 playthroughs to get the ending. And I'm like, okay, no one has time for that. So sometimes I'll watch it that way. It kind of depends on the prerequisite. When I was younger, I had more time, so I used to do all the achievements and all that. I just don't have it now. Is the bug gone? I don't know. I'm just coming into the room right now, so fingers crossed. Fingers and toes and tentacles crossed. I'm not sure what's causing it. If I was to guess, I'd say it's the tiny cutscene of the little light joining up with the tentacle, causing some kind of a gameplay friction where it probably thinks it's still in the cutscene. Yeah, well, we'll see. Can't think about. There's nothing else in the room that's jumping out at me. I went and looked at the footage as well, and he shone it at it like for a split second. What could it be? Let's give it a try. This is really just reloading the other chapters, so it might not kick the bug out. Please. Please. Come on. No. It's still fucked. Like, it looks like it's lighting up and it's not. God damn it. It's busted. It's the whole playthrough is busted. Yeah. It's completely busted. I don't know. Sucks. It's supposed to just immediately pop off, you know? Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, freaking chicks. Just not responding. So it's a bug that was probably in the game long before. No, this guy doesn't even get rid of the grass. He doesn't get rid of anything. He just immediately flips over, hits it, and then it just tears away the whole thing. Nah. Fuck. Jesus. See if anyone else says something. Meow. Alright. Just gonna have to watch the ending, okay? Fuck it. Fuck it. Looks like there was a big boss as well. That really pisses me off. No, I'm not. Like, there's literally like 12 minutes left. I'm not going to replay the whole goddamn thing. It sucks, dude. I don't know what it is. Go ask anybody. I've been streaming for a couple of years now, and the same thing happens. I have some gift inside me. Like, they should be hiring me as a game tester because I will find the bugs, I'll find problems, even when it don't make no sense. Alright, let's just watch that. We're gonna watch this little gameplay of it. Fucking sucks, but it is what it is. Alright, so this is after all this gooey stuff. This guy goes in, he's gonna fight this little boss, and the birdies come back, okay. Yep. Let's see, there's no audio. Whoa, that's loud! My freaking ears! It looks like it went into the morph ball. Okay, then he turns into that. Starts burning those away. Okay. I wouldn't have been able to do that either because the light is broken on that. Now, there was like mini bosses. We did do a boss in the last stream. It was kind of an unusual, weird plant, like a Venus plant. Not unlike that thing there. Actually, I think that is it. And we had to chase it up a waterfall, but it was like a Crash Bandicoot moment, you know? Yeah, it sucks to do this. I don't like doing this. So you can just sit here and watch it play through any... all the time, but it is what it is. Right at the end, getting denied. Denied! What a load of poop. Yeah, I'm not Not starting the game again. I already did that for Silly Poly Beast, and I have very little patience for that kind of carry on. If they weren't indie devs, like if this was a big fucking, if this was an EA or something, I'd spit on them, I'd call out their name, and then uninstall the game, because that's time waste. But when it's an indie dev, you're kind of like, I will give them some slack. I know that doesn't seem fair, but under the same kind of constraints with, you know, 1/100th of the staff and budget. A lot of these are literal art projects. For all we know, they could be done by like students. Alright. So then we got out of there, okay. So the whole point of this lighthouse was seemingly to get to this mountain. I don't know why. Is it alien? I don't know, maybe. So there's a hole in the mountain, and it kind of does look like a meteor went straight through it. So they've been collecting pieces of his lighthouse, okay. Oh, so he's slowly getting back together. My favorite part of the game was that tugboat session. It just felt so natural. What they did was they gave it a fish fin, even though it was a tugboat, and it felt so good, like moving like that. Ow! My bones are cracking. We didn't miss a whole lot, you know. He's just gathering. Oh, there's part of the tugboat. Cute. I'm playing a little horror game, that Total Chaos game, but honestly, it plays more closer to like a old school Resident Evil, which is a good thing. But it does not portray that much horror, though. You see, am I weird like that? I see people, they'll play Resident Evil and they will literally be peeing themselves. Oh my god, he sprouted legs. He's like a horse now. But doesn't that piece of lighthouse kind of look like teeth, like dentures? Oh my god. So yeah, but those kind of games, Resident Evil and a few others, I don't get the same level of horror. I don't even know what it means to be horror anymore. I'm so, he's gonna fly. I'm so desensitized, you know. Like Five Nights at Freddy's, it's loud, it's a jump scare, but after about 3 of them, you're done. You don't get scared by that anymore. And then like body shock horror will gross me out, but I'm almost sort of like fascinated by it. Not by the human anatomy, but what they make of it. Like something like The Thing, you know, that was human monstrosities. Things like that can be very beautiful. Some horror games can do a lot with that and be extremely beautiful. And if they're not like inspired like Argento, then I'd be very, very surprised. It's like a little dragon lighthouse now. I hope they make a Costume Quest 3 in the future and give us some goddamn co-op. It's like Little Nightmares all over again. We got teased the first game, second game, no co-op, and they get the third game. Little Nightmares 3 was a lot of fun, but it felt like, I will say this, it felt like there was a little testing bed to see if the team could pull it off, and they did. But I think it could have used about an hour of more gameplay and a few more villains. I think that's where Reanimal will be like, oh, the king is back. It's still very good, and I'm glad it exists, and I would definitely want more Little Nightmares in the future. I just don't want them to, what seems to be happening, where they're kind of overshooting a little bit, where they're like, we got a comic coming out, a movie, animated thing. Like, Jesus, lads. Let's make sure the series is viable and profitable first. Look at this, he's got everything he needs. It's like Trico or something. Trico! The anchor is saving him. Now why he wants to get up onto this lighthouse, I don't know. I'm thinking the little light will end up in the circle in the mountain or something like that. Like the heart of a mountain. Still a fun little game. Like I can see some of the comments already saying down below, you know, when you're dealing with the 6, 7 and Gen Zers, like they don't have the attention span to finish a meal, let alone a video game. They're already like, oh, I'm bored of this, bored of that. You couldn't even explain to them what like art is, blood, sweat and tears that goes into these things. Sucks about that. The bug, no doubt an update will fix it, but that's not now, you know. I can't wait 3-4 months. It's already been out a little while anyway. I was a little late to it, because we couldn't tell, like in the last couple of weeks I've kind of shifted from only playing the big games into doing some nice indie stuff too. But yeah, if I can get a good grasp and finish off Ghost of Yote this week, then I will start Xenoblade Chronicles 2 next week maybe. I'm finished Digimon, so I always try and keep an RPG going. It's one I missed. I didn't get it on the Switch. And it's ironically the one that everybody talks about and quotes, whether they hate it or love it. Which is interesting. You know, even like, not really many of the other characters got into Smash, but they put like Pyra in there, you know. I know they put Choke in there with the moniker. There's almost more to get the Bonato in there, you know. So yeah, we'll see how that is. That'll be a bit of fun. And then I'd say there's as much chance to get Persona 6 next year as there is anything else. He's literally, his legs are on fire now. What the fuck? Now he's just burning away all of this corruption. Damn. And that's another thing I'm really excited for with the Game Awards. Usually they will handpick some very special indie games as well. I love that. People always next. They're always like, next. Oh, this is crap. Move on. But I'm like falling in love. Like things like Tunic, the little Zelda game with the fox and that. So pretty. That last Xbox show really showed off some good ones too. Yeah, these are like the last little sections. I wonder why he's on fire. I'm on fire. Meow. Looks like they're slowly going back through some of the areas. Oh, look at the little rainbow. Yeah, it's the type of movie, like I said, it could be like a Leica movie. Oh, this is where all they live. Oh, are they gonna go home here? It's all the little birds. Or it kind of looks like an Illumination movie, you know? Like Lorax. I love this guy's haircut, look at it. Big styling. There's purple ones, are those the female? No, that would be the male one, maybe? Die. That's a whole bitch. He's the leader of them. Yeah, return our people. Hello. Whoa. Like they're singing through their beaks. Rah! Thought they were gonna lift us up or something. Take me home, country roads. Gonna leave the baby? Ah, leave the lighthouse. Aw, look, see, look how much emotion. He's all scared by himself. He's like, go, it's okay, go, see? How much emotion and you don't need a lick of text or speech. It's pretty impressive. It's good animation. Yeah, that's the beauty of Double Fine, man. They have a game in every genre, and they're all unique and worth playing. Very, very different. I like that. And kind of a game for every mood as well, you know? You want that kind of wholesome nostalgia, you got your... Is it cutting off half? Why does it do that? I only noticed it now. It's even worse. What the fuck? I don't know. Maybe I changed it? No, it's not in theater mode. I don't know, I'm sorry. That's fucking annoying. I didn't move anything. Perfectly fine a minute ago. I swear it's these goddamn browsers. They can't stop changing. Okay, now he's getting closer to the middle of the mountain. Kinda looks like an eyeball. Yep. What is it though? What is all of this? Is it its origin? Is a little piece missing? I thought it might have been alien or something. What the fuck, dude? It's like Annihilation. It's getting trippy, dude. Is that evil? Gotta like burn the crystals. Why didn't it work for me? I doesn't really get it. Burn the crystal up the top. There you go. Get rid of that pink eye. It's not even a pink eye. That'd be like a sty in your eye or something. Never had one of those, but they look painful. What the hell is even happening? Let's bend a bit of reality. Oh, you see that? Looks like he cut there as well. Maybe they had their own little bugs. Nice. Don't adjust your set. Just tripping balls right now. Triple ball? Oh my god. I'm kind of glad I don't have to do this then. They like to do the power of tree as well. They took that from Nintendo. Whenever a Nintendo game asks you to do something, I call it the power of tree because it always, like whether it's a boss in a Zelda or Mario, doesn't matter. You always have to hit them 3 times. It'll reset. And it seems to be enough. And sometimes you can end up having it to be a bit too easy that way. Yeah, I do hope they go back to normal 3D Zeldas. Like they randomly re-released Skyward Sword a couple of years back, and it's one of the earlier, it's one of the later 3D games, but it's one of the earlier in terms of lore. It tries to define the origin of some of the pieces of Triforce and the Great Evil, you know, and it's really, really good. But it got a lot of shit because it was during the time of waggle motion crap, and that one required you to have the Wii Motion Plus, which was also another one of those Nintendo greedy moments. But playing it again, you could do that again. I did use a bit of the Joy-Cons. It actually had given me renewed respect for Skyward Sword. Not only is the story banging, because it is, there was a lot of really good fun there. Twilight Princess beats it out, absolutely. So does Wind Waker. But it's not far behind those. It's definitely worth a play. I think Wind Waker, at the time people didn't like it either because they wanted serious Zelda. But now it's not only become a benchmark, but it's actually become some of the building blocks for every Zelda, including having that open area, you know. Doesn't always have to be the big sea, the big wide sea, but it's close. Yeah, I think this thing is an alien. Is that what it is? Or is it a big monster? What was that? Was it turning into a UFO going back to space or something? That better not be. That's the goddamn credits. That's it. That was it. What happened at the end there? Well, that's the end of Keeper then. Sorry we had to watch it this way, but that's how close we were to the end. And you know, I probably could have got back to that point in like 2 hours, but I'm not going to do it on stream. What do you think? Is it like a lighthouse to space? That's what I'm thinking. And it was an alien. And it starts stars coming out, but they're probably UFOs or something. Maybe the mountain is a giant lighthouse for alien spaceships so they don't crash into Earth. That's kind of smart. I'm just putting my 2 cents out there. I don't actually know what it means. It starts to crumble though at the end. The eyeball. Yeah, very, very interesting game. Just, I see it as a little art piece. Doesn't need to be any more or any less than that. Sucks about the bug, but that's indie games for you. Always happens at the end. The reason why then I always get to see the ends of games and they're badly optimized is because they're rushing them out in the deadline, and they're doing that kind of once over of their project, making sure everything, trying to squash many bugs. And of course, naturally, if you're going to start at the beginning, the last thing that gets touched is the end, so it's usually the most unoptimized part of a game. But anyway, that was Keeper. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate that. We got to play a little bit of Marvel Cosmic Invasion. That, you know, those are kind of arcade beat 'em up, so they're kind of short and sweet. You know, the longevity is that they were in the arcades and you'd have to put more quarters in to get further. Nowadays, the longevity is going back and playing as other characters or playing with friends and family and stuff, so it'll be short and sweet. As well, I'm reinstalling Ark Ascendant. Ooh, I'll run. Okay, nice. Hopefully it all goes well. I think I have it on here. I went and downloaded everything, and then I had to reset my entire PC. So everything is gone. So I have to just re-download everything. Yay! My internet service provider is going to be like, the fuck? Why is there like 80 gigs every minute of every day? I'm sorry. Yeah, that was nice. I will look out for more indie games. We are still playing a nice chill playthrough of Winter Burrow, which is nice. I don't know if that has an ending. Those kind of survival games, but it's lovely with a mouse and it's wintry and it's perfect. In Total Chaos, we're probably like about halfway through that. So yeah, we'll build up. Everything else is kind of done. Ninja Gaiden 4 is done. City Poly Beast is done. Oh yeah, After Image, that little Metroidvania. I must get back into that too, because that was lovely. What was wrong with that one is it's nearly too easy, and when you get just completely, you know, slammed to the wall from Silksong, you're like, or like Blasphemous. I still need to play Blasphemous too. I will. I'll play it. There'll be time. Anyway, thank you for joining me. You guys have a great night. I'll leave it there. Right, here's to a good week. We will have more of that Marvel goodness and some Metroid Prime 4. Can they recapture the goodness after like 15 years? I don't know. We shall see. Cheers for joining me. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Toodaloo.